Am I the asshole for telling my wife that our lifestyle will drastically change when she starts working again? My wife and I had our baby boy 2 years ago. When she got pregnant, we made a deal. She will stay with our boy for the first 2 years, and after that we swap, and I will be a stay-at-home dad until he starts school. 2 years have passed, and I will keep my promise and will be out of my job by the end of July. Just to get that straight out of the way. My wife has found a new job, but here is where the problem starts. She will make significantly less money than I did, but she seems to be completely oblivious and in denial about it. Whenever the topic was brought up by me, she shrugged it off. When I told her today that we have to reduce our running expenses by a good amount, she got angry and accused me of trying to make her feel guilty and miserable. I didn't do any of this. All I wanted to do was make a mutual decision with my partner regarding our finances. We will have $800 less to spend per month, and that of course means that things have to change. But again, she does not care and does not want to hear anything about it. She called me an R for brining it up and literally said that I am forbidden talking about it. She really thinks I want to guilt trip her into staying at home when I already quit my job. I think she is immature and irresponsible. Am I really the R here? Edit for info. My wife wants to work. I would have been happy to provide for my family until the end of time, but she is just not into being a stay-at-home mother. The agreement was her idea too. First 2 years with the mother and then me until our boy can go to school. For the people asking why I brought it up several times. Because she refuses to talk about spending cuts, and I don't want to know what would have happened. A unilateral decision. We have to live with our new budget in a few weeks. Info 2. I brought all of these topics up before quitting my job. My wife insisted on our deal. Why do you guys are trying to find something to attack me instead of dealing with the already given information? Why is just having the kid in daycare and you both work not an option? Like, I get it. You made an agreement. But I'm not really seeing the financial logic in taking turns in employment. Especially when income is apparently being significantly reduced. Edit not the asshole after more information is given. I don't really feel like typing it out, it's late AF, but the comments replied to this one explain it a lot better than I could anyway. Not the asshole. It sounds like your wife is feeling anxiety about making less money and is in denial and avoiding conversations because of it. I think you should try to make it really clear that you don't care that you together as a family unit will be making less money. And that things will be alright. You just need to get on the same page regarding expenses. Is she in therapy? I know you're not looking to add costs. But she might benefit from it. WTF people. If the wife was the one posting this would be so different. She is not trying to cover the $800 by getting a better job, but also doesn't want to cut back on finances. Dude. This isn't right. You guys did what everyone on here says before having a kid and had the discussion and expectations. You did your part and are expecting her to do the same, and she isn't. She isn't, and she's making it difficult. Cut the expenses and enjoy the time with your boy. Entire. Not the asshole. This is a fact of life and really can't be ignored. I'll be the first to say I absolutely hate talking about finances. But you have to prepare for this change in your lives. I applaud you for keeping your end of the bargain. But your wife needs to wake up and realize that a fairy won't be delivering that extra $800 each month. I'm sorry people are trying to make you the bad guy. You are clearly just being responsible and looking out for your family. Not the asshole. Your wife is being unreasonable. Not the asshole. People, come on. She wanted this deal, it was her idea, she insisted on the deal because she doesn't trust daycares. And she didn't want to worry or talk about finances. They followed through on the deal they made for their son and family, yet she is the one who doesn't want to talk about finances when he isn't the one who should be worried about it over a decision she and he made. Stop playing mental gymnastics or making excuses for her or against him if genders were swapped. This would be in her favor. Edit. He reveals the information that isn't in the post in the comments. Not the asshole. Is this still what you both want though? Not the asshole. She needs to get with the program and maybe work 2 jobs if she wants to keep the same lifestyle. Not the asshole. You're being responsible and you do need to have a discussion about finances, as $800 isn't pocket change. It sounds like your wife is feeling guilty about needing to go back to work for herself, and that is bleeding out into your discussions. Not the asshole. Sounds like your wife will need a second job to make ends meet. Welcome to Reddit, where one gets attacked for having a stance or opinion that someone does not like. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, but you might end up having to be an asshole to get some resolution on this. As unpleasant as it may sound, you might just have to be a right bastard and start a proper argument to actually get the ball rolling. Never pleasant, but sometimes a shit-flinging argument is the only thing that breaks down a wall. If she's going to ban you from talking about it, then I'd strongly rethink not working. Things will not go well. Maybe cut to part-time, if possible. Or go remote if that's an option. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. My husband and I were the opposite, and I worked when I had my son and he stayed at home because my job was higher paying. When he wanted to go back to work after 9 months, we had to move to a whole different state to afford it because we did the math and it wasn't feasible in the higher cost of living area. I've been a SARM for the last 2 years and now we are putting him into daycare next month so I can go back to work for my mental health. The world doesn't run on hopes and dreams these days. You have to budget or you are very quickly in trouble. Not the asshole. $800 a month is a lot, so you have to prepare for that. Not the asshole. It's unfortunate that 2 grown adults got into this mess. But the truth is the truth. Not the asshole. I hated being a stay-at-home mother as well. But I wouldn't have gone back to work at a significant deficiency to our household income. I would have continued or put the kids in daycare. Having conversations a month in advance to begin restricting the budget to accommodate the loss in revenue is reasonable and smart. Should be banking the extra in July in preparation. Not the asshole. She is immature and projecting her own guilt onto you. Not the asshole. You're not telling her to stay home. You're not shaming her or going back on your agreement. You're just trying to work with her to acknowledge the upcoming financial change so that you can make the necessary changes to protect your family from running into debt. As long as you don't word things to imply that she is to blame for the financial decrease, then you're all in the good. Not the asshole. $800 a month is not insignificant. All you're asking is to plan how you're going to make up that deficit. Completely reasonable. Not the asshole. Because this is something that you both really need to talk about and come to an understanding on. Info. When you made this agreement, did you take into account each other's earnings potential? Did she assume she was going to find a job making as much as you did and now she feels guilty?